Yes, guys. Yes, people. Welcome back. It is this day. It's the big one. Real Madrid versus Chelsea. A fixture we have not seen in European football since 1998. Madrid's most decorated European side versus London's most decorated European side. This is going to be a tense 90 minutes. And I can't lie, I've been hella gassed for this game before, but like now the nerves are really starting to settle in for me. I'm only just starting to deep how important this is and how massive this game is as well. We're going to discuss all the build up to the lineup coming out with the rest of the panel. We got EuroExpert as well to give us a good analysis of Real Madrid's side as well. First off, big up everyone who's locked in. Smash the like and subscribe button if you guys haven't done so already. EuroExpert, from a neutral perspective, how are you looking forward to tonight?
Oh, I think it's going to be a very interesting game because we've got two managers right now who are certainly from a Zidane perspective, he's done a lot of tweets to deal with the negatives of his side, the fact they're kind of a bit slow, they can't do the sort of high octane pressing football, they can't just run games anymore. Zidane's done a few interesting tweaks, and it'll be interesting to see how Tuchel reacts to them in the game and how he sets up, because obviously there's been rumours about Azpilicueta starting a right wing back. I think that might be a smart, if not boring, choice, but it'll be interesting to see what other lineup quirks we get tonight.
Yeah, we'll talk a little bit more about the potential of having Azpi at right wing back a bit further in as well. Again, smash the like and subscribe button if you guys haven't done so already. Big up everyone who's locked in already. We're going to be here for the next 45 minutes as a minimum. Yes, Wayne, what are you saying, man? How's your week been? Are you looking forward to this? Is that a Madrid shot, by the way? Because that really does look like it.
What is?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
The 2013 one, yeah.
I can't lie, because the stripes are like all white, they kind of threw me off a bit. But go on, how are you feeling about it?
It's only one I got fits me, for heaven's sake. Right. Honest to God, I'm in the same boat as you, but there's a few buts. I'm extremely loving the news because I've missed this feeling back at the top of the Champions League semi-finals, back at the competition where we belong. Oh, it's just a massive feeling, and I'm glad that. But it's a big. I feel there's a lot more on us this time. It's because who we're facing. It's not because we're facing Real Madrid. It's because we're facing Perez, and we need to put him in his place. This game is a massive game since that Super League. And we need it big time not just for Chelsea, but as football fans. We need to show him enough is enough and put him in his place.
I agree with you on that, but the only thing I'm going to say is from a neutral perspective, they're going to say we're just as bad as they are anyway for even being involved.
Yeah.
Like, if we're being real, the only team that's getting out in the last four that looks in a decent shape is PSG because they weren't even involved in it.
No,
like,
yeah.
If we're going to talk about like UEFA and if they're going to do any dirtiness on Real Madrid, if they do it, we just know we're getting fucked over in the final anyway. And that's kind of the peak side to it anyway. I can't. That's why I really try not to look at it from the perspective of the European Super League because the neutral eye we're just as bad as they are.
Yeah, I agree with you. It's not about the take clubs. That's not the problem. I agree with you, club-wise. We're bad. It's just him. I don't like him. I don't like what his comments is coming out with. I don't like how he just basically tried to put every team under the bus, and he was all nothing to do with me. That's why it's just him. But other than that, yeah, I agree with you.
Yeah, bum Perez. I think we can all agree on that anyway. Scott, what are you saying, man? What's your thoughts going on to the game?
I'm excited. I'm not nervous, to be honest. Probably should be, but I'm just not. I don't know whether that's because I don't have a lot of expectations or just because...
I think that's it, Scott.
What?
I think that's it. Like,
Maybe,
Real Madrid is a good team, so it's like...
Yeah, I think it also just comes to the fact of, like, there's no point in being nervous because if we want to win, then we're going to be facing teams like this, and we've got probably a harder test to come in the final. Whichever team we face is probably a harder test considering the all-round team. But yeah, I'm excited about the game. Looking forward to seeing the lineup. I hope that there are certain people playing that haven't been recently or in positions where they're used to. I don't really want to be seeing Aspi at right back. As defensively solid as it might be, I don't really want to see it, especially if Vinicius Jr. is playing. With the comments he's made recently. But yeah, I'm excited about the game, and I honestly just want to get into it.
Yeah, what other changes were you saying that you didn't want to see? Is it just Aspi a right wing back, or is there anything else you're worried about?
Alonso, don't want to see Alonso.
Oh no, Alonso ain't gonna start. Is anyone thinking Alonso is going to start tonight?
No.
Yeah,
No.
he's gonna start.
Wait,
You
who
never
said
know.
yes? You said yes. Javi, go on, talk to us.
It's because this is where it all started for him. So, you know, Tuchel's gonna give him that emotional start out tonight. He knows Real
Leave him there
Madrid.
then.
I mean, if Tuchel has he does sense, but if he's not going crazy, he would know not to start Alonso tonight.
Okay, but we're all in agreement that we don't want Alonso to start because for me,
No,
I'd rather
yeah.
see Ben Chilwell start anyway, even though he's had a dodgy last few games.
You said Alonso, though.
What?
I
You
just
said
don't.
Alonso before.
What was that?
You said Alonso before. You wanted Alonso to start.
No. I said
No,
Chilwell.
Oh.
No, I was
Shabby
asking
trying to
what
wind
we
you
were
up.
worried about.
Shabby
What you
trying to
didn't
wind
want.
you up. Stop worrying.
All right, Javi, anyway, seeing as we're on you, what's your thoughts for the game anyway, bro?
I'm hearing that Aspie starting at right wing back, what you guys saying, and I just don't want that at all. That's not smart because I was watching a West Ham game back again, and I don't know who was playing on the left, Frederick or something like that, outpace
Right,
Aspie. And you could just imagine because that's Vinicius' games. He likes making runs in behind. So we need somebody to track that, and we need somebody. I mean, I'm not saying Aspie's a great tackler, yeah, but I'm afraid that he's not as agile as he once used to be, and he's getting up there. So I think right center back is his position, but I don't want him to start at right back. It'll be interesting what he's gonna do with the false nine. Like, is he gonna go Havertz or Werner? That's interesting. What he's gonna do? The lineup is gonna be interesting. We need a goal. That's what I know. We need a goal or two. We can't have the deficit be more than 2 goals. We need that away goal. We got to go out there not just playing for the draw. I'm sure Tuchel knows that, but I have no expectations because I know Real Madrid is a good team. It's just gonna come down to the midfield. Who's gonna win that midfield battle is where the key is, because those forwards can't get service if Kroos, Modric, or Casemiro's not supplying them. That's what I'm looking for.
Yeah, Kante and Jovicic against the midfield three of Casemiro, Modric, and Kroos that's the biggest test for me, and that's where the game's going to be won and lost. I agree with you on that. EuroExpert, going back to you, what's your thoughts on the midfield battle, and how do you think Jorginho and Kante are going to be able to cope with Casemiro, Kroos, and Modric?
So I think what will happen tonight, the smart thing to do would be, because with Casemiro, he's the one who actually pushes into the box the most, which is a bit odd to think, but it's an odd tactic Zidane's done this season, that Casemiro will make late runs into the box, whereas Kroos and Modric kind of stay more in midfield. And the big battle really is more about Toni Kroos. He's the one to watch out for. You look at the statistics of the Champions League and the Liga, he's top in every metric for passes, like passing to the final third, passing to the box, expected assists, all of that. He's the one you need to keep an eye on. And what I think will happen is Jorginho will sit back. And what I assume Mason Mount will probably start tonight up front, when the front three. He's going to, out of possession, he's going to drop into the midfield. Jorginho will sit back, and Kante and Mount will press Kroos and Modric. And that's how Chelsea will kind of even up the midfield battle there, just to try and make sure that Kroos and Modric don't get enough time on the ball, but also it doesn't mean that Chelsea's midfield too is exposed and left too far up the pitch.
Okay, so with that in mind, do you feel confident for our hopes in the midfield battle? How tough do you think it's going to be for them to handle it through the 90 minutes?
I'm pretty confident because I think Real Madrid, they've they've looked better than they actually are this season. You look at like even in the last leg against Liverpool, right? That was their big. That was the big opponent they faced this season. That was the big opponent, and they had a lot of time to do tactical work on them. Like Atalanta completely messed it up after getting their sending off, and the game was already done for them. But with Liverpool, they chose to sit off Toni Kroos in the first leg, and you saw what happened there. Kroos picked out 2 brilliant balls for Vinicius running in behind, and it led to the goals. So I think Tuchel's going to come into a bit more preparation, and after watching the PSG last season, I back him to make the smart approach, and that's why I think in the midfield battle he's going to win it here. Zidane's got a lot of credit this season for making some good tactical changes and being more than the coach who just pats Benzema on the back and says, "Go and get 10 goals tonight." But his changes this season have been more to cope with Kroos and Modric being in their elder years rather than nullify opposition. And that's why I backed Tuchel to make a difference tonight. And just on a separate one, because I was listening to Javi about Azpilicueta right wing back. I know we're going to get onto it a bit later, but would you guys not rather Azpilicueta starting a right wing back being defensive rather than being a right centre back where if the issue is his pace, then Vinicius running in behind him is certainly, I think, arguably more dangerous than him being part of the right wing back?
I'd say no, because when he's in the back three, he's got a lot more time to assess the situation of what's in front of him. And he hasn't got to worry about balls over the top as much. We've seen that this season. And I think when he was at right wing back, as someone, I think it was Xavi mentioned, with Fredericks and Lingard against West Ham, there were times where balls were going either over the top or in gaps, and he'd have to run back, and you could see he didn't have the legs. And there's times where even if Kroos gets time and space, or Modric, if Kroos doesn't start, or whoever gets time and space, even Isco's decent at it, they've got the ability to find those passes that may not be, unbelievable 60-yard or whatever, but there'll be those passes in between the gaps of where whoever the right centre-back is, if Azpilicueta plays at right wing-back, and where Azpilicueta then has to make recovery runs, and that's the worst part of his game. He can't recover because of his age and his legs. So even though him against Vinicius in a one-on-one when he's back at centre-back could potentially be more damaging, he's got all he needs to assess that situation. Whereas at right wing-back, he's more often than not, as we saw against West Ham, completely isolated in almost in a situation where Alonso gets, where he's in no man's land. He doesn't know where to track back to because he hasn't got the legs. He doesn't know where to position himself. And I think you saw against West Ham that it wasn't completely natural for him because it was only the second ever time he'd played there.
That's fair enough. I think it would be important either way because Real Madrid's left side is definitely the most dangerous. That's where about 38% of their play comes down, the left-hand side for Madrid. So I can see the logic in starting Azpilicueta right wing back. I guess my logic is just more that I'd rather him at right wing back and then a Zuma or a Christensen behind him than him at right centre back and then a Reece James in front who it's been brilliant this season, but maybe that lack of experience at this level, you don't want him to get caught out, and he's probably going to be pushing higher up, right? Whereas I guess if you have Azpilicueta right wing back, he can slot into right back position, and Chilwell can push higher up on the other flank. But I also hear you about you don't want him to get isolated like an Alonso, and then all of a sudden you're left with 3 defenders and Azpi chasing back quite lately.
Yeah.
Hi, Fata, we haven't spoken to you as well yet either. What's your thoughts on the game today?
I can't lie. I have no idea why everybody's not nervous because, we haven't been in this situation for about 7 years. And probably the best chance to win the Champions League in a while. And the fact that we got into this point after arguably, one of the most, shocking for about 4 months that we got. And no one expecting us to go this far. And all I can say is, even though we're not the favourites to win this Champions League, at least, what we're trying to do for the rest of the season and this match as well, I think we just try to enjoy it and, and see how it goes, because I feel like we're the underdog for this match. And like Xavi said, in order to, to beat the best, you got to beat the best. And
think
for
so.
me, arguably, even though Real Madrid has been quiet last year under the radar, they haven't, got that the chemistry that they got that used to win the Champions League back in the day, but they're still the one to be favourite this season, and they're still the one that we cannot underestimate it off. And yeah, man, it'd be interesting as well to see what is our front three for this match.
What's your thoughts for the front three for this match? Because we've been speaking about it for the last few games. I've said I think it's going to be a Havertz, Pulisic or Hudson-Odoi and a Mason Mount. Yeah, and I know you, because you're backing Timo Werner, you're going to think that he's going to start. So what's your front three for the game?
I would think that we do need pace on top, mainly because we got against the likes of Varane and Militao. I do think we need Werner to stretch the defense up, and in terms of our front three, I would say like Pulisic, he has to come back into this team, and the fact that we do need Pulisic as a left wing as well, because I thought Pulisic for me to be left out for the last couple of games and be ready for this game. It shows that how much great it is, the Thomas Tuchel game in-game management, and I will not be surprised if Pulisic and Werner to start, and alongside maybe Mason Mount.
Yeah.
Pulisic, Werner, Mason Mount. Okay. My only worry with that is if Real Madrid sit deep, because I feel like Timo Werner's really going to struggle against a low block. He had a good game against West Ham, but I feel like just West Ham compared to Real Madrid, they're going to have a much different system, and I feel like they're going to be a lot stronger as well. So I still wouldn't really be that confident throwing Timo Werner in up front in that. I feel as a left forward it could work, because then you're asking different roles and responsibilities of him, and then you can see a different player. But if you're playing him up front, he needs space in behind, and I just don't think that Real Madrid are going to give him that.
But in order to do that, I think we do need to stretch them out. Simple as that. That's a simple thing that I can say, really.
Stretch them out, I hear that, but like we have to take players out of positions too. If they sit deep, then there's not going to be a lot of space to use anyway. Oscar, what are you saying? What's your thoughts?
Hey, I'm absolutely buzzing, I feel like there needs to be more energy for this. Like, we're in a Champions League semi-final against Real Madrid. This is the fixture that I wanted. This is the fixture that's made us all nervous, but at the same time, I'm anxious. I feel like we can hurt them. I know people are talking a lot about how many Champions Leagues they've won, but, they didn't win the Champions League last year or the year before. They're not that same team. They're still a great team. They're still probably better than us, but we can cause them damage. And like Tuchel was saying, like Pulisic was saying in the press conference, they want fatter. I think we've got to go with Pulisic, Werner and Mount. I just think, similar to what EuroEx was saying, Mount will drop into the three and help the midfield by closing down their midfield. And then the breakaway opportunity for Pulisic and Werner is going to be on. And I think our players really, really, really need to seize the moment today. Pulisic was talking about in his press conference, he's been waiting for this game for weeks because it's that huge time. It's Real Madrid. And this is a moment where you announce yourself on the world stage. Like, you literally, you look at how Erling Haaland has had some great Champions League performances. All of a sudden, he's worth 150 million. Obviously, the goals have added to that as well. But then, same Kylian Mbappe when he went to play at the Nou Camp a couple months ago, scored that hat-trick. And it's like, wow, that's a moment that Pulisic needs to have tonight. That's a moment similar to like Werner, Havertz. One of these players needs to take the game and make it the moment that they announce themselves as a big, big player in world football. We've got a bunch of young players that have the talent that we assume are going to be world-class one day. But these are the kind of moments they need to show it. I'm very, very confident because I think we're a solid defensive unit. I think if we stick to our game plan, the way we've been defending, we should be fine. And like I said the other day, we just need to be clinical when our chances come. Lewis, you're talking about Real Madrid potentially sitting back and affecting Werner. I don't think they're going to do that. I think they're going to dictate the play, and they're going to try and break us down because they are the home team. But yeah, very excited anyway.
I heard Werner starting.
Yeah,
Why not?
Is
Get
the
the
lineup
Real Madrid lineup go up first, though.
The Madrid
lineup's up.
leaked. Oh yeah, it's up,
No,
See, this is why I wanted to start early, because I knew it would happen.
bro.
Where is this?
no, Madrid are playing it back
Let
three.
me see if I can share my screen. See if it's
CFC Daily said Werner and Pulisic start according to reliable Instagram account CFC News page. So then that sounds like it'll be Werner, Pulisic, Mason.
That lineup they got is mad. I thought Carvajal was
Oh,
not
that
playing.
lineup's crazy.
Yeah,
Oh
it's
my god!
Man.
Oh my
Madrid,
god!
be
Our lineup
interesting,
also
guys,
came up
yeah?
as well. Yeah,
You
our
know,
lineup
God
be-
is
came
so
up as well.
scared of Real Madrid.
Madrid will be playing the back three,
You know, be
which is a
interesting,
bit of
yeah?
a, this is a
Can someone
surprise.
explain
That's the
how
Real
that's gonna
Madrid
work to
line.
me? Someone explain how that's gonna like format.
It's
That's
going to be a
fine.
3-5-2.
Right.
You're going
Straight
to have
punting goal.
you're going to have Militao on the right, Nacho on the left, Varane in the middle. A 5 in the middle with Carvajal, Marcelo as the wing backs,
Oh, okay.
Casemiro, Kroos and Modric, and then Vinicius Junior and Benzema up top.
Yeah,
Mm,
nailed it.
So
But
he's
what-
doing
what-
I ain't gonna lie,
what's going to be the formation of that midfield three?
It'll just be like
probably-
a 3 in the middle, probably like a
Yeah,
Oh,
they'll
black
keep
three.
their midfield triangle.
Is that so? That's a 5-3-2.
That's interesting.
Or a 3-5-2, depending on
Really?
Yeah.
whether they want
They
to
won't-
attack.
You know,
What it
be
means is-
interesting.
Go on.
Yeah, go. No.
Oh, I was just saying a quick point. It confirms that Real Madrid are going to be sitting back more of this game. They've been doing it in bigger games recently, but it means they're going to be sitting back and probably allow Chelsea to have the majority of the ball. So Werner playing,
Awkward.
make your mind up on that. But I wouldn't have started him.
Where's the Chelsea lineup? Has it been leaked?
Yeah, it's
No,
in
it
the
hasn't been
Champions
leaked
League
yet.
app. It's on the
Yeah,
Champions
that one
League
I
app.
haven't come out yet, just the Madrid one. It's on what?
No, I got the Chelsea lineup on the Champions League app.
Champions League up.
Is it? Say it then, because I can't find it on Twitter.
Oh,
Mendy, Rudiger, Christensen, Jorginho, Thiago Silva,
Christensen,
Kante,
let's go. We're locking everybody up again. Come on.
Kante, Pulisic, Werner, Mount, Chilwell, and Aspi.
I don't know.
Oh, he is
so
playing right
who's in
wing
the
back. What
three?
the?
Who's in
Yeah,
the back
he is
three?
playing.
Christensen, Thiago
Thiago
Silva.
Silva and Rudiger. And then you can have Aspi as a right wing back, Jorginho,
Yep.
Kante, and Chilwell, Pulisic, Werner, Mount.
It has to be at right wing back.
Yeah.
Right. Yes, you're right. So you were
I'm not gonna
correct
lie.
about this probably being a boring match.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You
you
see,
were
when you
about
see
to
Ashley
say.
at right wing back, you're not expecting a good match, man. You're
It's the exact
expecting
same
to get the
lineup
1-0
as
and
well.
get out of there, man.
Yeah, I'll send you the lineup, Lewis.
Yes.
Why is Tutu doing that?
No,
though?
I already sent you the lineup on your message.
Why is he doing
He's
that?
just trying to get the 1-0,
Because
be
at least
that
you don't
one.
take a loss out.
You know what I
That's
think
it.
he's trying to do? You know what I think he's trying to do? I think he's gonna tell Warner, yeah, look, there's
He
gonna
said
be
it was
one
a
moment
draft.
where Thiago. I think he's gonna tell Warner, yeah, there's gonna be one moment where the Real Madrid defense might be exposed. I want you to make that running behind Thiago Silva or Jorginho. I need you to pick this guy out. Warner, we know his finish is terrible, so give it to Mount or Pulisic or someone for an open goal and just rest on that lead. And then just try to get out of there, and then we go from there. Like as P right wing back, yeah, I don't know. I just don't feel like he's got like the legs anymore to play there. To be honest, but
He
to be
doesn't.
honest, we've been like skeptical after every lineup under Tuchel. So and he's just proven us right every time. So as much as it doesn't look great now, I think he'll probably prove us right. So that's why we can't look into it too much.
Well, my thing is, what is the logic behind it? Because I know the last time he said West Ham have height. So what is the logic for this game?
So I think we first of all with Aspi at right wing back, we need to think. We can't think of Aspi as a right wing back in the same way we would think of Reece James or Callum Hudson-Odoi, because Scott was bang on about that. He's not got the legs to get up and down the flank. I think it's a very defensive solution, but I think it's smart because I think it really helps nullify Vinicius. And I know if he gets caught one-on-one with Vinicius, I'm in trouble. But I think starting him at right wing back gives him a bit of defense behind him. I think it will do good to nullify even Marcelo, who also isn't the quickest of players at the moment. So I think that will actually pay off. I'm not too sure about Werner, but I'd back this Chelsea team to win from a neutral perspective.
I just if Vinicius was playing left wing and they were playing a 4-3-3, I'd understand that. But they're playing a 2 up top, so Azpilicueta would have cover anyway. So I don't get why he's playing right wing back. Like we've already said that this is the game we need to win because in the reverse fixture, Mendy will be back. There's a chance Ramos will be back, and
Hazard
Kroos
might be
will be fully fit.
Yeah.
Exactly, and Hazard might be
That's
fully
why
fit.
we
and be
have
back.
to go early.
So this is the game you need to win, and you're going for the defensive setup.
But
of
there's
Aspi,
also
where
the
he's not
idea
going to
that
offer
you
anything
don't.
going forward. He's
I'm
not going to
also
offer
thinking,
anything.
though,
going
imagine
forward.
we overcommit and then we go into this game with a loss. And then we go into the next leg with everyone else coming back, and then we're already a step behind from where we were in the first leg.
We see the thing is, Lewis, yeah? You see the thing is, yeah? Like, I think if you
I'm
want
going
to
to
go
send
for
the
a
link into
defensive,
the chat as well for anyone else who wants to get involved. Sorry, Ryan.
Yeah.
What were you saying?
yeah, you see the thing is, if we wanna like for me, yeah, I'm not gonna complain too much, but if we're looking at it in hindsight, if we wanna go for a defensive option, I think our defensive right back option is there, and I think it's not Azpilicueta for me. I think it's Reece James because I feel like he's a good mix in a game like this between Azpilicueta for me and Hudson-Odoi. Like Hudson-Odoi is too attacking, and Azpilicueta for me, I just don't think like he can cut a right wing back anymore, especially with all these fast wingers coming in. Like you haven't got these wingers that constantly want to take them one on one. These wingers want to kick it past you and try to make something happen from there, or make runs in behind from you. And I think if we have a defensive option, Reece James is perfect for me because yes, he has got frailties in his game, like defensively at times where he can like turn off, but I think that's where Azpilicueta, a right centre back in the back three, helps him. So for me, like I get what EuroExpert's saying and people are saying about Azpi right wing back, but I think it's not like Reece James is injured or the only right wing back option we have is Hudson-Odoi. I feel like we've got a good defensive right wing back over there, and it's Reece James. So yeah, that's the only problem.
I also think as well in terms of that front three, I said on the preview that the one area you're going to be able to attack Madrid is pulling the centre back, like pulling Militao or Nacho, whoever, out of position and getting in behind. And the two players we've got that can do that, neither of which are starting. I know Werner did it against West Ham, but it was Ogbonna. And there's a big difference between Ogbonna and Militao and Varane. So there's not going to be that space in behind to attack them.
Yeah.
And that's what Werner and Pulisic like. So I don't get why Havertz isn't starting. I don't get why.
I've never seen Real Madrid play with a back 3 or 5.
I think to be fair, Scott, I completely agree with Werner. I wouldn't have started him, but I do trust Tuchel to correct. Like he's got something up his sleeve, but again, I'm not sure about Werner starting. Pulisic,
I think Werner starting makes sense if Havertz plays because then he'll get the space. It had to be Werner or Pulisic with Havertz starting. Right.
Yeah, that's what I think. I think Pulisic's a better choice. I think Pulisic's a better choice than Werner because at least he'll go. He's not necessarily going to rely on going in behind. He's top for Chelsea for taking on players and dribbles. So I think at least he adds something there and he can go direct to these players. And that will pull them out, most likely. So I get that, but I'm not sure. I would have started Havertz just to help retain possession as well and help press in the midfield.
Well, I think Pulisic and Werner, for me, they've never really like clicked in the same team. We've seen them free flowing. Like I've seen Havertz and Werner, obviously from Germany. I've seen like Ziyech and Werner, but whenever it's like Pulisic and Werner, like in the West Ham game, I think Werner was like dropping right and left, and then you expect Pulisic to like get into the box, and Werner can create for him, but Pulisic is never there because he wants to be outside the box creating for Werner, but Werner is not like a poacher. So I think Havertz or Ziyech for me would have been like if we were gonna play Werner. I think it is a big game and Pulisic would be good, but I think Ziyech or Havertz might have been a better option than Pulisic if we're gonna play Werner. Because I think that's the only way like we could have got the best out of Timo. But I'll probably get proven wrong because it is Thomas Tuchel and he's proven me wrong on every occasion. So yeah.
So wait, Scott.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Why Havertz and not Werner? I just want to hear your logic. It's not like
Because the thing with Werner is, as we've said, like he did it at the weekend, but he's not really a hold-up type of guy, and he's not a player that's going to drag people out of position. Havertz or even Giroud, that's the thing. Even Giroud can do that. He's not got a mobility, but he can drag players out of position, and that's how we'll get behind this Real Madrid back line.
in terms of
Militao's main things. So if you look at a back three, the way I think we're going to get at that back three is probably through Militao's side because he's a bit rash at times. The thing he likes to do is step up out of the defence to kind of win the ball early. With a Werner or a Pulisic, he's bigger and stronger. He'll be able to do that. With a Havertz or a Giroud, it's a bit more difficult. And if he comes out and doesn't win the ball, he creates a gap that a Werner or a Pulisic can exploit. So for me, you have to play a Havertz or Giroud to allow the space to come from players stepping out. And as well, if we attack their left-hand side with Marcelo, if we'd had a proper right wing back, no offense to Dave, but if we'd had a James or even a Hudson-Odoi there, it would have pushed Marcelo back. Marcelo's not brilliant defensively. Going forward, he's good, not brilliant defensively, so we could have got him there. But with Azpilicueta there, you can't expect him to get forward as much, which means Marcelo's going to press forward. So for me, we've played into Madrid's hands. There's a way that we could have played around this Madrid team, but I feel we've played exactly into their hands with this lineup, personally.
I'm not gonna lie, yeah, I'm kind of scared of Casemiro as well, man. I feel like I see one of them games where Casemiro's just, I don't know, like I don't know which one of our front three, but I could see where it's one of them games where Casemiro just has one of our front three on lock, and then you haven't, I don't know in it, but one of Pulisic and Mart, yeah, I just don't think there's enough, like I don't know, like when you have Havertz and Ziyech there, yeah, with runners. Like, I know Havertz isn't like a Ziyech where he can just make passes out of nothing, but he can drop deep and he's got like a decent passing range. And we know Ziyech has good passing, but I don't know. You got Pulisic who wants to run at defenders, Werner who wants to drag defenders and get the ball at space, and then Mason Mount who's going to pay anyway. So I don't know, man. It's the Werner Pulisic Mount thing apart from the Aspi right wing back for me, man.
So you lot don't think? All right, I know Werner's hold-up play is trash, but you don't think he drags people out of position?
He
definitely does.
But Pulisic won't run into that space. That's my point. I feel like
he does, and it's no, go on, man.
No, I think the thing is, yeah, he will do that, but Pulisic will want to run into that space with the ball. If that's Havertz wants to run in that space and make another shadow run, or get the ball and score, and that's my thing. Yes, Werner's making the shadow runs, but Pulisic, he wants the ball, and then he wants to run into that space and shoot. He doesn't want to stay there and then wait for the ball to come to him. So that's the only thing. But like as I said, you got to take everything with a pinch of salt, anyways, because it is Thomas Tuchel. But beforehand, yeah, like I don't know how the Werner Pulisic Mount is gonna work.
My issue with the front
team. Not low block, but a team's gonna sit. Yeah, go on.
Yeah, man. My issue with the front three is that I just feel like the ball's not going to stick with them. Like I feel like Werner's going to come. Mount's going to come and drop in deeper, and then when we get the ball to Werner and Pulisic, none of them are going to hold on to the ball for long enough. Like their attacks need to be really, really impulsive. But if Madrid are going to sit off us, we're going to have a lot of the ball, and there's no there's going to be no opportunity to play a creative pass through three centre backs. I
also think as well, the back three of Real Madrid is deceptively quick. Militao and Varane, and Nacho, but to a lesser extent, but Militao and Varane especially are deceptively fast as centre backs. So that there's not going to be, even if we do get a ball like in behind, or Pulisic and Pulisic and Werner can use their pace. Militao and Varane have got enough pace to keep up with them, or at least pressure them into making a silly decision. So,
yeah. I think with both these lineups, I think it strikes me as both teams want to be conservative and both teams want to play on the counter. So I think it's going to be a goalless first half. I'm going to start making bold claims that you can clip and take and ruin me later. But I think it's going to be a goalless first half, and I think a changing point might be Giroud coming on. I think Giroud has quite a lot of potential to influence this game, not just aerially, because Real Madrid are quite weak in the air. That's one thing that's been noted out in La Liga, and from set pieces as well. But I think he'll be good at bringing others into play. And yeah, I think Giroud coming on later into the game might be what changes it. But like I said, I was Scott on the Werner thing. I'm not too sure about Werner. Just I think starting Werner over Havertz, it means that you're going all out on the counter. Like Oscar was saying, it's hard to make the ball stick up front. So that's the only worry. But I do think defensively Chelsea are very well set up. So I think it'll be a goalless first half, but Giroud will make a big impact in the second half.
EuroExpert, yeah. You know what I think might happen. Yeah, I think like Tuchel normally goes with Werner in these big games. Yeah, and I feel like everyone knows that like Werner is always constantly on the move. He's always trying to make them runs in behind and using his pace. So I think Tuchel, I'm not gonna say he's gonna rely on that, but he knows that like there might be a time where Real Madrid are out of position, and then I think he might instruct the centre backs or Azpilicueta, who's actually got a decent pass on him, to be honest, to maybe play that ball in behind to Timo Werner and try to get that goal and and rest on it, because Christensen, can play a forward pass. Thiago Silva is great on the ball. Rudiger is decent on the ball as well. Aspilicueta's capable playing a forward pass at times. Like they're not Modric and Cruz, yeah. Don't take it like that, yeah. But they got like a decent pass in them, and I think Tuchel knows that Werner will be constantly on the move, and there could be a time where it could pay off. And because we've got the 3 centre backs, I think we could just rest on that. So that's the only thing I can see through this, to be honest.
Yeah. I hear you, Ryan. Before, as you Scott, I was just say because I'll have to go in a minute anyway. But I do think as just a couple of things. So I'll just say that I think both lineups are really boring. Chelsea perhaps even more boring, but boring wins you football matches. And
what do you mean in terms of boring? What do you mean by that?
Yeah.
Because we all want to see the exciting lineups are always the ones where it's like, oh, we want to see the young players play. We want to see Reece James play. Yeah, why not bring Billy Gilmore on in the second half? Whereas the boring ones where you start the experienced players and the experienced players who are perhaps more defensively proficient. That's why I feel like boring is the one where it wins. It's a bit like France at international level. They have the players to play amazing football. They play quite defensive, and it's boring. It wins.
Are you implying that? Hold on. Are you implying that both teams are trying to play safe?
Yes, 100%. This game,
definitely.
Yeah, both teams will be playing safe.
Madrid will be playing safe just because they're the home team and they don't want to concede the away goal. But we're playing 5 at the back with Aspi at right wing back. We're playing defensively minded too. But that's the way we've always played under Tuchel. That's why I'm not really too surprised or too angry by it. Like, I don't mind us playing boring because we play it safe, and playing it safe has got us this far. I don't mind us not really playing high risk football because it's high risk, high reward. You could have a high reward or you could have a massive loss here. If we played this sort of football, I'd be surprised if we concede today. I'd be surprised. I'd be even more surprised if we conceded more than 2. Because I don't see that happening with the lineup. So at least we've minimized our chances of conceding goals. Yeah. Now it's just about the other end of the pitch. We've got Jorginho and Kante. Jorginho will have an amazing performance. This entire performance, in my opinion, also hints on Kante's final ball as well. But I hope he balls out on the big occasion tonight too. Front 3, Timo Werner's got to step up on the big stage. Christian Pulisic, he sounded motivated for this match, so I can be excited for that. And Mount's basically our player of the season. We just have to take our chances. That's the way I see it. But it's boring, but I'll take boring. Boring's Chelsea.
I think they'll be happy to let us keep the ball because if Asby makes one mistake, if he comes forward a little too much, Vinicius is going to get it right behind him, and he's going to kick the ball right by him. So that's going to be the key matchup of the day. I think that right side, Asby's going to have to pick his chances very carefully because if he makes a mistake, he makes a bad ball, it's to the races.
Yeah.
He ain't winning that race. So
I'm gonna have to head off now, guys. Just want to say a couple of comments. What I was saying you should bring on Gilmore in the second half. I was saying that's an exciting thing you can do, not the smart thing. Yeah, that's what I was saying. But Lewis, thanks for having me on. And guys, every time I've been on the Lewis stream on the Champions League game, I've predicted Chelsea to go through, and I'm saying the same thing. So I think it's safe in your hands. But
why do you think I keep bringing you back, man? Come on, you're the good luck.
Exactly. All right, wish you guys the best. Have a good
Everyone follow him on Twitter if you guys haven't done so already. EuroExpert, thank you for hopping on. Take care of yourself, bro.
You too, guys. See you, bye.
See ya. I'm going to put the StreamYard link in here again if you guys want to drop in and give us your thoughts. We'll be here for another 15 minutes before I duck out because I'll go head off to the watch along. We got another 7 hours of streaming minimum, but we're here locked in because it's Real Madrid and Chelsea. Let's go. Josh, what are you saying, my guy?
Yeah, man, I think I echo a lot of what the panel was saying already. I could see this being a low-scoring game. I picked a 1-1 draw before the start of the game. But I could easily see us neither team conceding, especially with the lineup that was out. I think it's going to be two similar mindsets in the fact that both teams are going to want to catch the other team on a quick counter. I do think we'll have more of the ball, so I think we'll have an opportunity to perhaps break that back line down. Marcelo at left wing back and Nacho at that left center back. It would have been nice to see Reece start because I think he could have really exploited those two. but you know, it's Tuchel. I'm not gonna really get on him too much because
He's not wrong.
been pretty straightforward. But
He ain't wrong, to be fair. Jem ain't
Right.
wrong.
Hey, Jem.
What do you
Come
mean?
on, man.
Let's pray for what? I
Let's-
told you this was
let's pray.
happening. We
Let's
said
pray.
Aspi right wing back was inevitable, and Thiago Silva AC would partner each other up. Now let's wait and see for the result. I won't say too much in case you don't clip me and there's a howler tonight, but I'm excited. I'm excited. Vitmus,
Are
my
you?
guy, my bro, what are you saying? What's your thoughts on
mate.
today?
Big up the panel, big up the people them in the comments as well. But yo, it's Champions League, you know. Anything can go, you know. Like based on the lineup, people are saying Aspi. But what about Marcelo? Marcelo is not the best at defending either. Well, you get me. He's more of an attacker. So if Pulisic or Mount have a good game, even Carvajal is not. He's not that good anymore on his legs. He's good. He might can defend, but on his legs, he's almost like a Aspi. And I'm thinking Aspi is more motivated than Carvajal. So if our wingers have a good game today, we can definitely do some damage against Marcelo and Carvajal. So I hope Pulisic is ready today, you know?
Yeah, damn right, man. You've heard his comments in the pre-match presser as well. He's motivated for this match. How are you feeling about him for the game today? Because we're having the discussion about Christian Pulisic for a long way through the chat yesterday. What's your thoughts now that he's actually starting?
No, like, of course, he's our number 10. He has to play. I don't have a problem with him playing. I just expect him to do the job. Like, that Porto game, when, like, people are saying, oh, he got fouled 11 times against Porto. Bro, it's Porto. I mean, they knocked Juventus out, but Juventus had no coach. Juventus had freaking Pirlo. Pirlo can't manage freaking Juventus after 1 year being the coach of the under-23 squad. If that was another manager coaching freaking Juventus against Porto, they would have knocked Porto out, man. You get me? So he was expected to have a good game against Porto. But this is the game now. He needs to have one of them games again. Like, take on Marcelo, take on Carvalho, take on Nacho, freaking Milito, whoever is there, and do the damage. And then I will say, yes, Pulisic had a good game, and let's go forward with him. Because he's our number 10, and we need him to have a good game each week.
Yep.
When he goes out on the field.
Yeah. Lewis,
Yeah.
it's gonna be a big day for your boy AC, you know, because I feel like there'll be times where
It's a big day for the whole club, isn't it?
huh?
It's a big day for the whole club, isn't it? Why are we
Everyone-
singling out Christensen for?
No, you don't say it. You don't say it. Obviously,
Oh,
everyone
speaking
knows.
of singling out, yes, Jem, what are you saying,
no,
bro?
Jam.
What's your thoughts on the lineup, my guy? Are you excited? Are you intrigued?
Yeah,
How
when I
you
saw the
feeling?
team lineup, you know what I did? I went outside in my garden, I went on my knees and I looked up in the air and started praying. I was like, please.
yeah.
No, I'm joking. I'm only
You
joking.
praying you don't break too much stuff when Andreas
No,
Christensen scores our only goal of the
it's not
game
even
today.
about that. I hope he has a good game today. It's not even nothing to do with that. I just want us to win. I don't care how we win. I want us to win at the end of the day. That's the most
Damn
important
right.
thing. But he better fucking play well. That's what I'm saying to you now. He better to step up. Yeah, the fact that Aspi's wing back, I still don't like it. I'm going to be brutally honest. I do not want to see Aspi wing back. I don't like it. This doesn't.
What don't you like about it specifically?
Well, you've got Vinicius,
The
who's
approach?
massively rapid against Aspi, who, let's be serious, is getting there and has lost his legs a little bit, trying to catch up with him up and down the wing the whole game. I'm not liking the sound of that. Yeah, I know Christensen's there to back him up, but I just feel like stability-wise, if you want balance, Reece James as wing-back with Aspi playing next to Thiago Silva would have been better suited. But that's my opinion. I'm not going to question Tuchel too much because he seems to get it right. But
we all know who's coming on 65, 70th minute. You all know who's coming on. So
I hadn't even thought of that, you know.
Kurt Zuma?
No, my man, Eden.
What is Werner's even in the team as well?
We haven't
The Garden of Eden is going to be coming on about 65, 70 minutes.
No, you know what? It could even be earlier. I'm thinking like Hazard v Spurs 2016 vibes. They brought him on at half time and he just was carnage.
No question.
Don't say that, man.
Bro, I've seen all the training videos. The Real Betis game where he had the most chances in the team and he only played 13 minutes. And I'm just thinking, yeah, he's gonna come on for like 15 minutes, and we're gonna just. That's what I hope you are praying for. That I hope you're praying for.
We've seen him do it for us as well. Do you remember that Liverpool game when he came on and I think it was behind and he scored that amazing goal where he just took on
the cup game?
League Cup.
Yeah, like come on.
Yeah,
I
remember.
He got man of the match in 20 minutes. 20 minutes. He was man of the match. I was like,
the absolute limbs in that away end.
Bro, I want to go back to games just for nights like that. That was ridiculous.
The guy in front of me really like jumped.
We won't get that feeling again. Not of him.
I think the guy in front of me.
They're saying the cup might have 21,000 fans involved.
Seats.
Oh, can you imagine it? Istanbul.
No, not the Champions League, the FA Cup.
Oh, right, FA Cup, is it?
Yeah, I don't know about the Champions League still because apparently Turkey's gone into lockdown again.
Yeah.
Big up JP saying Madrid are playing the back five. Zidane doesn't want to leave themselves exposed. This will be a game of tactics. Hope Aspi can contain Vinicius.
I feel like that's
the biggest worry point for this
Have
game.
They matched us in terms of formation? Are they man?
They've matched the back three. They've gone 3 in the midfield and 2 up top instead of 2 in the midfield and 3 up top.
Big game, man. Big game for Jorginho as well. They need to have 10 out of 10 today, man. I'm telling you.
Everyone, man.
That's the thing. And the reason, like, the thing with getting Aspi and getting a few others is if it's a game of tactics, it's going to be fine margins that proves to be what costs it. And, like, having someone at right back who hasn't quite got the legs will be what costs us. Or having someone up front who hasn't quite got the
pedigree
movement on the ball. The movement on the ball, like dragging a player out, will cost us. Having 2 midfielders is against 3 midfielders when you've got the quality of the 3 midfielders you're against will cost us. It's fine margins that will dictate this game. And if I've said this, we don't win this game by at least 2 goals, we're not going through because Madrid will be stronger in the second leg.
Yeah,
you are scared.
Absolutely.
I
don't be full out attack.
I'm not actually even scared of this game. I'm not going to lie. I haven't been scared the whole day. It's not even crossed my mind to feel a bit jittery.
It's the second leg that scares me. It's not the first leg.
Yeah.
First leg is like cautious.
Well,
but the second leg, when Eden Hazard could potentially play a full 90. That's where it's like.
You got to remember, when they played Liverpool were essentially out based on what Real Madrid did in the first leg. So I understand, but by that logic, I can understand why Tuchel went a bit cautious today. But I still think if we get a score draw, if we get a goal and we take it back to Stamford Bridge, we're in this. It's not over. Do you know what I mean?
The only thing I would say to that is we didn't do that against Atletico Madrid. We didn't do that against Porto. Why are we doing it now? Like, why do we?
What do you mean?
We played very well in terms of the way that the team's laid out. Aspi playing wing back. Reece James on the bench. I feel that's slightly. We'll see. I just feel like it might be slightly imbalanced. That's all. And I think we're going to get caught on pace. I just think.
Go on, Jim. Go on.
No. I and not just that. I think with Timo Werner, as much as I want him to score goals, I don't know whether this is the night for him. I really. And if he was playing, I want to see him playing off someone. Even if it was a Giroud or a Havertz, like just off someone, running off someone, not leading the line, if that makes sense. But
yeah.
I don't know, man.
Yeah, but you know this.
Don't worry, Jam. I will start tonight. Don't worry, Jam. I will start tonight.
The thing is, like Tuchel is as I said yesterday that he would start based on the fact that he had a good game against West Ham, and I think we know, and Tuchel knows as well what Werner can provide, even if he doesn't score a goal. Like he probably come up with an assist, and I think the manager is going with what he thinks can happen from these guys. Like based on how we have been playing, we use Havertz sometime, we use Werner. So I think he just wants to get lucky with Timo running, like get a chance to run and just pass a ball across the box and we get the goal. Like
the problem is he's up against a Varane who's as quick as him, as well. That's the other thing. So
but Varane won't be on both sides of the defense at the same time.
Yeah.
So he might get a chance to run at Nacho or someone and maybe get an attempt to make a cross in.
Who are the other two playing next to him? I don't even know. I know Nacho.
Nacho and Militao.
Who's Militao?
Guy, he came from Porto. He's decent centre back. He's a bit rash. He's like 20. I want to say he's like 22.
Yeah.
He's a bit rash at times, but he's got, again, if we're talking about pace, he's the quickest of the 3 centre backs.
Is he really?
He's easily the quickest of the 3 centre backs.
Yeah.
But he has a tendency to kind of You know what Zuma does, where he pushes up a little bit too far and comes out of position.
Yeah.
Militao does that at times as well. He
Joe, what
comes
will
up-
make me happy though, right? If we do get a goal today, it's just putting one past Courtois as well. That fucking knobhead. I swear.
Whoever does it, like I'll love him forever. I don't care, even if it's Alonso off the bench.
Honestly, just to see his face so upset as well, getting the ball out of the net.
That's the thing. I do not want this dickhead celebrating at our ground in the
Can you
second
imagine?
leg when they go through to the final. I'll start breaking things.
No.
Like I
He
fucking
angers
hate
me.
this guy. If
He's
he
like
starts, if he starts dancing on our grounds,
He
like
would
I
as well.
don't know if I'll be able to take that calmly.
He would as well. He's that character, bro. Trust me.
Aye, Kazi, what are you saying, bro? We haven't heard from you yet. What's your thoughts on the game?
Kazi's muted.
I can't see
It might be better that he is muted.
I feel like that's not Kazi.
Oh, fuck's sakes.
Yeah, but
Go on.
yeah, but you know, when you look at how we have been still in the Champions League in the first legs, like like even in the past, like even when we don't win the Champions League in the past or when we get knocked out, I've been scared about the whole game and just worried and like, oh my word, how are we gonna win? But like since the managers, this new managers come in, Tuchel, I've not been scared even against Manchester City in the semi-final of the FA Cup. There was no sense of nervous, nothing. Like I'm more confident of us, like maybe stealing a 1-0 or a 2-1 victory here at Madrid today.
Yeah.
Because one thing is, when Liverpool play Madrid, the first leg, Liverpool had a few good chances, but they didn't take them. Even in the second leg, Liverpool had like 4 chances to take the lead and maybe lead the first half by 3 or 4 goals, and they didn't miss them, and they were off form. So coming up against Liverpool, Chelsea,
I'd argue that Liverpool's front three and attack is better than ours. So
Yeah.
if they've got those chances, there's no guarantee that we will.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. If we are in a better position
Oh,
than
but I'm
them
scared
in terms of,
shitless. We I don't see us going through.
But
I don't see
I'm
us
saying though, Scott, I'm just saying that we are in a better position mentally and team morale. So if we get a few chances, I think we'll put them away. Like if we get 2-3 chances, we just score them, and that's okay for us.
But yeah, I do agree with you on the mental aspects. We are in a better position mentally than Liverpool were.
Yeah.
What worries me with this team is if we go 1-0 behind, because we're not used to being 1-0 behind.
No.
Yeah, we've never done that.
That's
Because it
what
means
worries
we
me.
have to come out as well. And then with Madrid, how the way they're playing.
Look what happened to West Brom.
Bro.
Come out to play, we've even got opened up. So I don't know, man. Let's just hope. I don't know.
Do you think he'll man mark Conte with anybody, or do you think he'll just tell him he'll have to eat up every ball in the midfield? I mean, you don't have to be a one man.
When you talk about Tuchel or Zidane getting
no, Tuchel. Do you think he'll put Conte on like a Modric, tell him to like stay in his pocket, or?
I don't think he can. Because then the problem is that works against a team like a United where they only had Bruno playing. I think they didn't have Pogba playing that game.
Oh, don't get me wrong. If Hazard comes on the pitch, Kante's marking him up because he'll be.
But the problem with that is then you've got they've got the if you man mark Modric, you've got Kroos. If you man mark Kroos, you've got Modric. That's the thing. You can't. That's why I say Kante is just going to have to be complete. Like
everywhere.
I think Jen said it. He's got to be completely on it today.
It's not about man marking though. It's about cutting out the passing lanes.
He's gonna have to be a one man wrecking crew in the midfield, just eating up balls. I mean,
that's the thing. He can do that. That's what we can look back and N'Golo Kante with. When it comes to interceptions and breaking up play, there really is nobody better. Maybe even in the
Here we go.
That's what I'm looking forward to, because that's
like the game he had against Atletico Madrid in the second leg. If he have a game like that, then
it's on.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
We'll
beat Real Madrid. I'm telling you now, we will beat them if we play like we did against.
Guys, if Hazard comes on, I'll be honest, I love Hazard too much for him to be marked. It
makes me sick.
As much as
Chelsea
first, imagine Hazard just comes in, he's just man marked and the Herrera style on that by Kante. Like,
Can you imagine if he came on in the 60th minute and he scored? You know, like the
just
goal.
turn into Vinicius in front of goal.
That's the worst. That's the worst nightmare.
He's just done that against us, and Christensen got nutmegged as well and then scored. Man, do you know what I mean? That would just kill me.
Oh, of course.
Yeah, that's the nightmare. He's been non-existent all year, and then he comes in and bags his goals against Chelsea. It's like that's just the nightmare scenario. Like he's just been non-existent for 2 years at Real, and then puts us out of the Champions League. It's like
it always happens to Chelsea usually. That's the only thing I would say.
Yeah.
Just be positive, guys. Just be positive.
Just be positive. You see Christensen, yeah, like if Aspi goes up, yeah, and it's Vinicius versus Christensen's gonna have one hell of a job to do, you know, because I feel like there might be times where Azpilicueta is just up and doesn't have the legs to come back, and because Christensen will be the right centre back. What's it called? It's gonna be interesting if Vinicius like goes on to the left at times on the counter to see how he does in it, like because Chilwell, what's it called? Chilwell, we know he can get up and down, and Rudiger's just a beast anyways. And Thiago Silva will be in the middle, being the sweeper. So I think Christensen at right centre back here, he's gonna have a hell of a job when Azpilicueta is up and Vinicius is drifting out to the left. So yeah, we got to hope for a big performance from him, Lewis, bro.
Yo,
I'm gonna head out. Lads.
I love the added thoughts on Christensen, but he has a big game at work.
Nah, Lewis, I'm being. Is that not logical to say if Azpilicueta is playing right wing back and he's going up, and Christensen's our right centre back?
I don't really expect Aspi to be going up nearly as much as Chilwell will be.
No, I'm
I
not
expect
saying
most of our players to come
time,
off the left.
but there's gonna be times where Azpilicueta is trying to attack, and Vinicius might be like on one-on-ones with Christensen because he's the right centre back. Like it happens to Aspi sometimes when he's playing right centre back and he's playing with Hudson-Odoi. So like I don't think it'll happen a lot.
I think that leaves us. The other thing as well is I think that leaves us what Lewis said there about us playing down one wing. I think you probably see that Chilwell would be the one that excels more, but that's where I think it leaves us slightly unbalanced because we used to having both wing backs up the pitch. You know what I mean? Just giving that option, and I don't know, man.
It also makes it predictable.
Playing that attacking though. Like we're playing defensive-minded plus, and that's going to be the cost. That's going to be the cost of it. We aren't going to look that balanced going forward.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it makes it predictable as well because like, if you know the ball's coming down the left-hand side or our left-hand side every time, all you do is just get your whole team. You get your whole team to move slightly further that way and just cut off all space, and it's like, well, cool. We're just gonna play this way.
The bad thing about that is the only runner is one, and he's not even going to be on the right. Like as much if he actually is, then might be well. But you see, the thing is, I feel like Rudiger might pop off a couple shots. You know, I think that might be the only way.
I don't want him getting anywhere near the halfway line to be able to put shots off. To be,
he always has the annoyed shots that just go up and down, and the keeper. Like remember the Man United one where he just had that shot and De Gea spilled it, or the Porto one where what's it called? I know Werner was offside, but the Porto one where he just had them weird dips and stuff, and then the goalkeeper parried it, and then Werner gave it to Havertz. So I don't know, but I can't believe we won a Premier League, with Marcos Alonso and Victor Moses playing every game. Like fair play to Sarri. Oh, it's mad.
Sorry,
man. No, sorry. Sorry right there. But I can't believe we won a Premier League, with Marcos Alonso and Victor Moses at wing back, man. Like,
I don't want to see that snail anywhere near these two games, man. I swear.
No, the whole thing about it, that season when Marcos Alonso, when we won the Premier League with Conte and Moses, those guys were the best wing backs in the Premier League. So it's just football, bro. It's sometimes you just have a good period and then the other time it just goes bad for you, bro. That we say in Jamaica, the ball is round. Anything can happen.
Yo, the ball round.
No one would slag off Alonso that season. Come on. No. You know when we started to slag off Alonso? When he came under Sarri, when we changed from a back three and go back to a back four, and he had too much to do, and that's where everyone was like, nah, this guy.
He has no discipline though.
No,
bro.
not even that, Vitmus. Like I know Alonso, on his day is a half decent left wing back. We all know like his rate he's a left back. But like we actually won a Premier League, full on Premier League, and we fully blew everyone away with that back three. With just Marcos Alonso and
I don't know, man.
The thing is that
I find it very weird that we've never played Real Madrid. When's the last time we played Real Madrid in the semi-final or even the quarter-final? Blimey now.
Played him in the Super Cup.
You haven't faced him in a long time, since 1998, though.
It's always been Barcelona, isn't it? Always.
Yeah.
Last time we faced them, probably the pre-season tour when we had Mourinho season, the Champions Cup.
Yeah.
I've never seen Real Madrid and Chelsea playing in Champions League, so I'm like, it's the thing is they don't have that super team that they had a few years ago, but they still have a lot of talent. So we have to be careful and have a good game, because like the first leg with Atletico Madrid, we did well, and I know we started Aspi, but I think he's going with experience, and we are going to have the ball more than Madrid. I think, in my opinion, I think we're going to have the ball more. We're going to have more possession. So that's why we're going with Aspi. We just have to don't make any mistakes. As much as I love Jorginho, I just hope that he doesn't try to do anything over the top today in the midfield, because Cruz and Modric and freaking Casemiro, those are three guys that can hurt you with one pass. So you just have to have a good game. Everybody just
world class.
Yeah, you get
I think
me.
the one thing that we're really outweighed on when you look at the both teams. Yeah, we have experience in Aspi and Thiago Silva, but you look at that Real Madrid team; they've got bags of experience from top to bottom. They know how to get through this bit. We don't have that,
and it's experience on like every level.
Exactly,
Like,
exactly.
Not just in like European competition, but like you've got people that have like done it at World Cups, Euros, like internationally. You've got people that have done it at every level.
You look at our front three. Timo Werner, I think when he was with Leipzig, how far did they get? The quarterfinals?
They got to the semi-final, but he didn't play.
Yeah, there you go. So it's not really,
Yeah,
anyway.
but it's stages like these we see legends start born.
Yeah.
Legends. So we have to give them an opportunity to become legends.
Yes.
I need at least 2 let's fucking goals from Pulisic.
Yeah.
I will have to wait and see anyway, but it's like 20 past this Real, so I got to head off to watch along.
Pray!
Big up everyone who's locked in. Real Madrid versus Chelsea, 40 minutes away. If the nerves ain't kicking in right now, I probably will when the Champions League music comes in. But we're going to head off. Big up everyone who's locked in. Smash the like and subscribe button. We will be back at full time, either in one of the most gas moods we've ever been in years, or it's going to be full-on depression season here. Or it might actually be nothing and it'll be a 0-0 draw.
So wait, Lewis, you starting now?
We'll have to wait and see. What?
You starting the watch along now?
No, I'm starting in about 15 minutes, but I've got tags and shit I need to sort out before. I should have done them a bit earlier, but I was out.
Cool.
I'm going to head off, though. We'll be back at full time for the live review. Let's see what everyone's saying. Smash the like and subscribe button. As always.
Let's go, people.